For weeks, I've struggled with this idea, this thought, this belief that pro wrestling may actually be dead. For years, I struggled with the idea that I could be the Neo to get you out of the Matrix. I spent sleepless nights for almost a decade trying to salvage my God, professional wrestling. But in turn, I have realized that pro wrestling is indeed dead. It is finished. What was once the greatest form of moral judgment, characters, truth, storytelling, art, human physical ballet, a timeless transcendence of emotion, is nothing more than a sideshow circus comedy show that you all think you dictate. You see, pro wrestling is dead, and the blood is on the hands of every single ticket purchasing wrestling fan. Everyone that buys a pay-per-view, everyone that buys a DVD, everyone that buys a t-shirt, everyone that cheers a John Cena or a Zack Ryder or a Miz or an R-Truth or an AJ Styles or a Bobby Roode or any of your favorite local indie talent. You are just as guilty of murdering professional wrestling as the men involved in the business themselves are just as guilty. You see, a few weeks ago, I lost everything that I had left. I left pro wrestling because I could make more money outside of pro wrestling, and then I lost that. And I guess you can say I've lost my way. But somehow, I kept getting pulled back to pro wrestling. And I kept trying to find myself deeper and deeper, swimming in the abyss of professional wrestling. And the abyss is suddenly drowning me. My spirit is caving in. I feel like I'm a coal miner trapped in West Virginia. And I can't get out. And I'm highly claustrophobic. And I'm losing control. But yet, I still willed more control than you seem to realize. Because I'm starting a crusade that will hopefully salvage what love I still have. I am heartbroken. I am depressed. I have despair in my mind and my soul. My body aches. Like a heroin addict, I need my fix, and you are not supplying me with the junk, but the people out there keep buying the junk that doesn't solve the problem. Instead, wrestling fans, you have become the problem. You have become nothing more than the giant problem. I started a campaign to manage Mason Ryan, and no one heard my pleas. I was like a beggar in an alley asking for change, and nobody heard my pleas, not realizing that I was a vet in this war. And the post-traumatic stress of the war, watching men die. For what? So we can wave a flag? So we can hold a foam finger? Fuck you, wrestling fans. Pro wrestling is dead, and I'm going to make sure that I drive that message into everything you do from this point on, because I will get my army together. I will find the right troops, and I will travel to every promotion that will allow me to step foot, and then I will destroy every promotion, every promoter, every wrestler, until they realize what I realize. pro wrestling is dead.